I thought we'd do a vlog today because today isn't going to be exactly typical. We've got some errands to run, a bookshop to visit and some new projects to talk about, so we'll share that with you. But for now, it's 7 in the morning and we are out on a lovely walk. Lyra, what did you find? What did you find? Little bear? You off on an adventure? Entirely sure if this is going to come out because it is a bit on the windy side. I might have to re-record it, but I've got some exciting things coming up, including some podcasts for Spine Magazine. The guests are Coralie Bickford-Smith, who designs all of the very beautiful cloth-bound classics for Penguin, and also who wrote The Fox and the Star and The Worm and the Bird. So I did have a copy of The Fox and the Star, but I think I left it in the UK. So I'm going to go to the bookshop and either pick up or order another copy of that and get a copy of The Worm and the Bird. Yeah, so that's super exciting. I am absolutely thrilled to be able to speak to her. So if you have any questions specifically for Coralie, then do let me know. The other book designer is another sort of giant in the book design industry. That is Paul Buckley, who is the creative director at Penguin, and he is the one behind, I mean, so many covers, but what springs to mind for me are a lot of those Penguin series of classics, Penguin drop caps, things like the deluxe editions. I think I will continue this later when you can hear me a bit better and it's not quite so cold, because I can show you the new studio, which is beautiful and has a wonderful view. Look, Lyra, you're nearly in the sun. It's over there. It's coming up over there. Hi folks, so I'm up in the studio now. We had a lovely walk and it's a bit later now. We also popped into town and it was Lyra's first time going through the centre of town. It's not very busy, and it was pretty quiet being a Tuesday morning. We popped into the bookshop and picked up this book here, which is so shiny and beautiful. I know this has been out for a while, but I didn't actually have a copy of it, so I wanted to have a good look through it, get some ideas for questions to ask Coralie in here. Yeah, so I'm in the studio now and I will do a proper studio tour at some point. We have internet and power, but it's all hooked up via one extension cord that goes out there. Sorry, just checking that Lyra's not eating something. She's not. Oh, she is. Hang on.
Lyra, you're not meant to be eating this. No, that's the carpet. Come on. You've got a lovely bed over here. Look. Come on, Puppet. That's it. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, this morning I am, or is it afternoon yet? It's very nearly afternoon. We've had a busy morning, haven't we, Lyra? My mum's broken her ankle, so I had to get some food for her as well. So yeah, I've got to send some emails now and do some client work that I want to get sent in by the end of today. I probably can't show you that at the moment. I've got a couple of jobs on at the moment that I'm very excited about. So you will get to see those before too long.
You a happy little bear? Are you? Got a good little spot there.
Hello again, folks. So what I've been doing a little bit this afternoon is looking for things that I can use to make some end papers for this series of notebooks that I'm going to be producing. The covers of those have have been going up on my Instagram recently, and I'm going to choose the best ones, the most popular ones, the ones I like best, to make into these notebooks. So I was thinking that for the Little Mermaid, I could use a shell pattern that I made a little while ago, which actually, it goes quite nicely with the cover, but it just needed some tweaking in the colours. So this is what I've done. It's got that book texture in the background if I close these little windows. Lyra! She's got a toy that sounds like a pig. And it's mostly lost its squeak, but not completely. So if you hear grunting noises, that's her with the pig. Here's the offending pig. Oink, oink, oink. But anyway, it's got that book texture in the background and the gold foil effect over the top. So I like how that looks. I think it goes quite nicely with the final one. This afternoon I'm going to investigate gold foil printing and get some quotes for notebooks that are about this kind of size. I think with a perfect binding, which is a glued binding. This is a saddle stitch binding where it's sewn. And the ones I've done in the past have been stapled, which is also classed as saddle stitched. And I may do some of those as well as just little ones, but I'm looking into the perfect binding because I think it looks a bit more professional and it gives you a spine, so I can design the spine too. And then having some French flaps, which I think would be really nice with end papers inside. So sort of going all out on the design of these, hopefully at least. And yeah, we'll see if that's actually going to be financially viable and if it's going to end up being horrendously expensive. But yeah, I think having foil on them would be really beneficial, so that's definitely something I want to look into. I'll give you a sneaky peek of the colours that I've been exploring as well. Let's just go down here. So I particularly like these Alice in Wonderland ones. It's looking kind of like that. It's quite fun. And then the same colours for this one, but just on a different sort of design. And then the other Alice in Wonderland ones are quite different. They're very different in style, so I thought I'd make them quite different in colour as well. And then Through the Looking Glass, it's got a darker one, a darker background. And then with that pink, which was just an experiment. I was actually demonstrating to somebody how I get this effect. And I just picked a colour at random and tried it out. And actually, I really like the pink with this blue. So there's that. And then the Little Mermaid, I've been experimenting with whether or not to have white in there. I think it just gives it a bit more oomph. So that's still something I'm playing around with. Anyway, so all the other ones that I think look much, much better in colour are Snow White and The Secret Garden. Really pleased with how that one's looking. I mean, I do feel like everything looks better if you put a bit of gold foil on it. In the meantime, Lyra has managed to unravel the rug, so I better go and save that. It gets very bright in here in the afternoons, so the sunglasses are necessary. I was going to show you what's on my screen, but I just realised that it might be a little bit on the glary side, but I'll give it a go. The great thing about doing a project like this is that it gets you really, really clear on your process, and it gets you practicing that, especially if you're doing a similar thing for each piece. And I think that's something that often gets skimmed over when it comes to things like 30-day projects. So I'd highly recommend doing something like this if you haven't in the past. Even if you have done something like this in the past, it's really a worthwhile exercise, and to really think about it as a way of developing your process. Anyway, I can talk about more. I can talk more about that another time if you are at all interested. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know any questions that you have for Coralie Bickford-Smith or Paul Buckley. And yeah, I hope you're all well and lovely as ever. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.